Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Mr. David Bowie, and this is David Bowie's Storytime. Today we'll be going through one of my glorious stories and wonderful fan fiction written by the world itself. Today's tale was just me, Mr. David Bowie, with my lover and my lover's son shopping in a fancy store across an American mall. I think. I don't know. We'll see. I bring you now to Shopping with David Bowie. Hello, family. Good to see you, family. How are we?
David, you know I'm always good when I'm with you, honey. I just want to be with my man, David Bowie, rock star.
Great to see you, Belvedere du Bossonet. Is that how you pronounce your name, my sweet lover?
One of the things that I love so much about you is that we have been together for 27 years and you still don't know how to say du Boisonnet.
Well, time isn't a construct I believe in, Belvedere, and you know that. Where's your sweet little child? Can't wait to shop for his birthday today.
You talking about Creme Jr.?
Yes, I'm looking. It's his birthday, and we need to find him a fabulous little gift. Something that'll please his little boy tastes buds of fantastic. Where is he?
Oh, he's right here. He just was hiding under a coat rack. Come on out, Creme de Menthe.
Hey, what's up, man? Nice, to be on your show. Yeah, man, I don't want anything crazy for my birthday. I just want a reasonable belt. That's all.
Creme, just because you're hanging with David Bowie doesn't mean you're on a show. We're just at the mall shopping for you. You're part of David Bowie's life now. Now, pick. What does your fantasy? What do your fantasies dream of?
Like I said, I just want a reasonable leather belt. That's all I want. I'm very tired of standing out in school, and
surely
it's embarrassing. That's it.
Boy, if you think you shopping with the rock star Mr. David Bowie and his lifetime partner, Belvedere du Boisonnet, you think you getting a belt? You got another thing coming.
Now, Belvedere, we must listen to the child and the child's needs, for the fantasy of a child is the fantasy of a world. Creme, we shall get you this belt.
Thank
Maybe
you.
we'll get you one made of a dragon's skin from the world of Nebuchadnezzar. What do you say? How about something with a little lights and fancy?
No, just something from the Gap, please. I just
Surely.
want the Lamborghini that you bought me, Father, did not work out so well, as it was immediately stolen from me. And then brought back to school, painted a different color.
They stole
And I have to
your
live with this.
Lamborghini?
No, you didn't. You did not. The kids at school stole my Lamborghini and then painted it a different color, and then I just have to live with this every day. And then I'm pissed.
They stole your Lamborghini. The boys at school
Yes.
stole your Lambo.
Yeah, they did, David.
My God. You don't have to call me David. You can call me Mr. David Bowie if it's your fancy.
Whatever you want. If you want to be Mr. David Bowie, I'd rather do that. Whatever makes you happy. But yeah, man, I don't want any electric lights. I don't want a mirror belt. I just want a reasonable leather belt from the Gap. As I just want to be a normal high school student. That's it.
Normal.
But you do agree to the dragon skin. You do agree to that from the land of Nebuchadnezzar.
I'd have to see it, honestly. I maybe. I'm saying maybe.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to just see it before because I have to talk to my magic man to slay down the dragon to get the belt. So in order to see it, it'd be a lot, is what I'm saying. We could end up killing something of magic.
So just to see the belt would be a lot?
To see the belt would mean I would have to call my magic man and have him murder a dragon to show you the belt And if you want to throw it away like an old girl on the second date after prom, well then, that'd just be a waste of a dragon. Do you understand what I'm saying, Creme de Monthis Jr.?
Sure, man. Sure, Mr. David. No problem. Then I guess I won't take the dragon skin belt. Just a normal leather belt will be fine.
Sure. Should I pick you up another Lamborghini?
Please, God, no. No, absolutely not. It's bad enough as it is in high school for me. I do not want another Lamborghini. If anything, I'd love to take the bus to school. That would be great.
No
David.
Son of mine will be driving around in a non-Lamborghini unless it's some kind of fantastical beast like a unicorn with wheels.
David. David, you sex machine. I will warn you, as you know, this boy Creme de Menthe, he says stuff he doesn't want, but really he wants it. I know that about him, and what he's trying to tell us, he wants a dragon skin belt and a Lamborghini.
Oh, you're saying, Belvedere, you have to listen to the songs of your child. For the high school days are the hardest days. I remember I wasn't always I wasn't always Mr. David Bowie. I was a drab little boy one day, and I remember going to my high school prom in nothing more than a fancy dress. And boy, was that drab. Creme, what would you like for your... Give me a list of things you'd like for your birthday that I can type into my magic phone I have free delivery.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. All right. So I guess by Belvedere's logic, if I say I do not want...
is your mother or father?
Oh, that has never been determined.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's from what I understand, he always preached fluidity in the household. So that was a question to never bring up.
It's not so much fluidity as I myself do not know.
You do not know what you are.
Oh, I know what I am. I am I am Mr. David Bowie, rock star's partner for life. And that's all I think I need to know. I also know I am overly voluptuous.
Yes, you are, and I love him over voluptuous. Some say, David, do you like a voluptuous lover? And I say, no, I like an over voluptuous lover. Give me a little, fill the glass of voluptuous to the top, and then pour a little more. That's what I say. Now, Belvedere, my dear,
Yeah.
you know I don't... Yes, so that's the thing. Who gave birth to this child is what I'm wondering. You know I don't care about male or female. I just want to know how he was created.
Oh, nobody knows. I fell asleep. I was on a binge, if you will. I was drinking them creme de menthe down there. I was in Louisiana. I fell asleep. I woke up, and this little boy was sucking at my teeth. And I said, well, this must be mine. I don't know where he came from. He must have came out of me or someone that I knew that it penetrated. One of the two.
Comments or concerns, Creme?
Well, I would imagine, given my name, that he penetrated Creme de Menthe Senior.
Oh, no. I named you that because I was drinking creme de menthe the night that I found you sucking on my teeth. So I said, well, they came first. So you're the junior.
Looks like we have a magical mystery to solve here.
Well, thank God that was cleared up on the way to the mall. It seems like a giant thing. Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. I'm just trying to be an average kid in the midst of this insane household.
Well, it's not so crazy when the world is crazy and the songs are crazy and the life is crazy. Who are you? Hang on, I got to write that down. That's pretty good. Where's my magic pen? Where's my magic song pen? I don't know.
Guess probably in the magic pouch where you keep all of the magic things.
Oh, very right. Very good, Creme. It's right in the magic pouch.
Now, David.
What?
As we portray, as we carry on to the mall, I do think it is time maybe you told the boy how we met and came to be lovers.
Sure, I can tell you that story. The song of our greetings of David Bowie's 15th husband. Jesus, I got to
Yeah.
be honest, I don't really remember. I believe there was something about love. Help me out, Belvedere. Tell the rest of it. I've only been married 14 times before, and I'm
Now
a
that I
rock star.
bring it up,
I'd
I
imagine you
realize.
mix them up.
I do
Yes,
mix them up.
and as a matter of fact, now that I've brought it up, I realize it is not of the most romantic variety. He was playing a show in Detroit, Little Creme de Menthe, and I came backstage and I sucked him off.
That's not right. I don't remember that. For I don't have a penis, and I don't have a vagina. So, what were you sucking up? What are you talking about?
I sucked your magical essence.
Right, that makes more sense to me. Because I have lots of magical essences. I was born on the inside of a star, 5 galaxies away.
Yeah.
What were
Well,
we
thank you
talking about?
guys. You guys were talking about how you guys met, and you told me as parents that on my 16th birthday you'd finally reveal that information to me, even though I've never asked for it. But you demanded that you would. So
Happy 16th.
thank you.
Good to know with your birthday. Now, let's get back to shopping for you. Would you like to go into one of these funky stores?
Yeah. Yes, J. Crew. That would be perfect. I'd love to go in here.
Do you want to go into J. Crew? Sure,
Man.
Sure, look at these weird suits. Look at this plain old pants. You want some plain old pants, Creme?
That'd be fine. I mean, as long as there's a belt attached to those pants. I just need a belt. I keep getting pants in high school, and one of you decided to gild one of my butt cheeks. So the whole school thinks it's hilarious to pull down my pants. I just want a normal belt so this doesn't keep happening to me. That's all.
Well, I've got to gild all my children, or else how would I know whose essence I'm sucking? I could end up just being on one of my own children. I've had so many children before. I had to gild them. You know, you must gild your children. I didn't know this was a problem for you.
Explain why you would have to gild your children.
Because I'm a sexy, freaky boy. And I like to get freaky. And if I see a butt that's got my markings on it, I know, stay away.
It's a way of marking your territory. I'm starting to understand.
No. Well, yes, starting. I'm marking my territory as to not make love to my own children. Does not make sense to your little 16-year-old brain.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, it does now. I wish I didn't have that fact.
Let me
So
play.
you do that to not have sex with your own children.
Let me play you a fantasy scenario. As you are David Bowie, you're in a backstage of a concert, drugs are flying, you've cocaine everywhere, and you're grabbing bodies, and you grab a fine little tookish, and you look over and you see your own initials. It says CDMJ's children. You stay away. Stay away from that, bud. You don't want to have sex with your own children, so you push it. So I brand all my children as so the orgies, when they get crazy, they don't get too crazy.
I mean, I get that. I totally do. Well, now at least I have something to say when they ask why one of my butt cheeks is gilded. So my father won't have sex with me.
I have
Stepfather.
stepfather, first of all, and I have tattooed both on the front and the back of me at David's behest. Okay to have sex with. Because he does also need the opposite to be true when he needs to know that that person is not his child. So in both front, back, bottom of the feet, top of the head, because he'll come at you from every direction. So I've got a number of tattoos with instructions for David Bowie, because when you live in the magical galaxy plane that Mr. David Bowie, he does insist I call him Mr. Lives on. You don't have time for earthly concerns, as in, is this someone that I'm allowed to have sex with or not?
Makes sense to me.
Yes, you did it.
Yes, of course. You must brand the lovers. Go. It works for me. I'll tell you why. What the original system was red, yellow, and green. So if you see a naked body and you see it's red, that's no go. That's your children. That's a beast. That's something that's sullied. Sometimes they've got little diseases on them, and you need to stay them away. Yellow means Maybe that's your friend's wife. Maybe it's someone who'd be mad at you, but who cares? You're David Bowie. And then red is diseased and children. So those are the two you stay away from. You don't make love to your children or the diseased. Creme, are you learning on your birthday? Maybe that's the gift I can give you.
It's just that's fine. If that gift could also include a belt, that would be great. But I am happy for all this knowledge on my 16th birthday to take into adulthood.
So I'm going to take you down a couple. We're going to really teach you for your birthday. You need to be more like your parents, freaky deeks. You know what I mean?
Boy.
Yeah. Yes. So first thing I want you to work on is your voice. You sound too normal. You know, add a little flavor to your voice. Bring it up when you talk. Creme, try to talk. Say this word. Say this word with me. The loose lamb lays on the land. The loose lamb lays on the land. Say it, but ride it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll do my best. The loose lamb lays on the land.
No, you're getting there, but it's your first try. It's okay. Make love to the words. The loose lamb lays on the land.
If I do this, will I get a belt?
You're going to get a belt. I'm going to get you a belt. Shut up about the belt. I'll get you a goddamn belt.
Get over the belt, boy. Enough
belt.
with the belt.
You get the fucking belt.
He's built crazy, Mr.
I've
David
got belts
Bowie.
in the house. You can just have one of the many belts I have.
Your belts are too crazy, man. One of them it's emblazoned on it says penis giant. And then the other one, yeah.
You want them to know who you are.
Yeah, it's just too much for high school, that's all. First of all, if I wear that belt, I'll get sent to the principal's office. And I'm just trying to keep a good record so I can go to a normal state school and just blend in and be anybody else. This is all I want.
You just want to be anybody else, but you're not. You're you. Be you. What are you?
I am a guy who just wants a bland life. I want to watch Netflix with my wife. I want to have 2 children. I want to live in the suburbs. And I want a job and just a business job and join a bowling league, and that's all I want.
Sure, but who are you?
I'm Creme Jr.
Who are you?
I'm just a guy trying to fly under the radar. That's all.
Creme, who are you? This is when you say I'm a freaky lizard that likes to dance, no?
But I'm not. I'm trying to tell you that I'm not a freaky lizard. At least not yet. Maybe the freaky lizard days will come for me. But as of right now, I'm just a kid who would like their stepdad to not tell him to shut up when he tells him that he feels uncomfortable doing being a freaky lizard.
Shut up! I want you to be a freaky lizard. Maybe a lizard with a zipper on his back, so you can get inside him. What do you think of that, Creme?
Shut up! You need to shut up with that non-lizard talk. I'll tell you that right now, Creme. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll if you guys will stop telling me to shut up, I'll do it.
Why don't you shut up?
Why don't you just shut up?
You freaky little lizard who loves to dance. You're a freaky little lizard, boy.
How do you be a cosmic lizard that lives in space and flies around the stars and stops at planets for a latte? What about something like this? That seems pretty normal to me.
Sure. No problem. That's no problem. I can do that.
Let me ask you a question, Creme.
Good.
Can you just try to talk like a freaky lizard? Just do it for your daddy.
Sure. Absolutely, Mr. David. That I have to call you
Mr. David Bowie, stepdad.
Yeah. No problem, Mr. David Bowie, stepdad. I'll talk like a freaky lizard on the cosmic train.
Now we're talking. This is great.
Getting a latte in Jupiter.
This is you. This is you, boy. Now go. You're going to take over the school with this. Tell me something, freaky lizard. Tell me something, freaky lizard. Do you like to lay on a rock? Do you like to lay on a... Shut up.
You need to shut your mouth when Sir Mr. David Bowie Rockstar is talking.
Wait for the
Yes,
wave
me-
to crest. Wait.
You need to shut your little mouth, you freaky little lizard dancing
Freaky
star
lizard.
boy.
You need to stick your head under the sand and shut up, you freaky lizard. Talk when I say go.
Yeah, you need to shut your mouth. I'm a
Just
dream
shut up.
astronaut.
What? What? What did you
What?
say? What did you just say to me? You're a dream astronaut?
Yeah, you didn't know I was a dream astronaut? I thought that was mainly what attracted you to me.
Oh, of course, I knew you were a dream astronaut. I just didn't know you let the little boy know you were a dream astronaut.
Well, this is the first he's hearing of it, but I figure if he doesn't shut his damn
Shut up.
mouth.
Shut up. You shut up too.
I will,
Shut
I
up.
will, sir, David,
Shut
Mr.
up.
David Bowie, rockstar.
Lover. You should call me Mr. David Bowie Rockstar Lover from now on, okay?
Sir, Mr.
Shut up,
David
shut up.
Bowie, rockstar lover, I will indeed shut up. I
Shut
will
up.
indeed shut up for my man.
Everyone.
I'll shut whatever you want. I'll shut my eyes. I'll shut my eyes and let you poke at me with a stick.
Everyone shut up. Now, Creme. Creme,
Yeah.
shut up.
Ah.
Don't shut up. Talk about being a lizard for a little bit. Talk about it to your father or mother. And I'm going to coach you guys in being freaky, if that's okay.
Well, you know, I don't need all that much coaching. A little help.
I know.
You've been coaching me for 27 years, and I think I've been a pretty good teammate.
Yes, of course. You're the king queen of. Got something on my nose. Sorry.
I think it's a little leftover cocaine, but that's fine. Save it.
I don't know if this is working. I'm going to be honest. Are we having a? We can't seem to.
I'm having
we
the
can't seem to
time of my
nail
life.
this down.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what I
Tell us, what do you want?
just want this belt, and all I want to be is a normal kid. And if that means that I have to be a freaky lizard in a space galaxy and visit a planet to order a latte, I'll do that. I'll do whatever it takes.
So, as a freaky space lizard who orders a latte, what kind of latte do you order?
Oh, I guess I'll order whatever they have on tap.
Pretty good.
Whatever's
But you have to
easiest for the galactic baristas.
You'll have to check your facts, though. They don't do lattes on tap.
I mean,
They don't. You just have to know who you are. Know who you are, Creme, and they don't have lattes on tap. It's a coffee drink. You know what I mean? Well, maybe. Belvedere, you worked at Starbucks.
That's
you
the
consider
thing
it
with
a
the
tap?
boy. If he doesn't, if he doesn't know the answer, you got to shut up. Don't just come talking to Sir Mr. David Bowie, rockstar lover, with a latte on tap. This is not on offer on Jupiter. It's not a latte on tap. Do you want soy milk? What kind of milk do you want?
well, what about a nitro brew? Is that not on tap?
Oh, you've got me again, little boy. They are on tap. Paint my face yellow and throw an egg in my eye. I was wrong and you were right. Nitro is on tap. One coming up for you.
And
There's a
remember, I cut you off, but remember, with that yellow painted face, caution when having sex with him. But you can still have sex with him. But just
Right.
keep in mind, it could be your friend's wife, could be a problem, but you're David Bowie, so you do it anyway.
When you paint your face yellow, you're letting everyone know. Sex could be good, or it could be dangerous. Anyway, Creme, you ordered your latte. You've gotten a latte. Now what? What does a freaky space lizard do?
Well, it's my first day as a freaking space lizard, so I guess I'll attend a jam show.
Oh, a jam show. Belvedere, your child he's really turning out okay, huh?
Well, not only is he turning out okay, while you two were talking, because the boy said he wanted something from the J. Crew. I struck a deal for only the low price of $10,000. I purchased every mannequin head in the store, and I think we can affix him to his Lamborghini, so he's got a Lamborghini covered in mannequin heads.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. He's going to really
He'll
get them
love
all
it.
going at the local school with his head Lamborghini.
And it's from the store he selected. He said J. Crew.
If I had only known that they sold Lamborghinis with heads on them, I would have never mentioned J. Crew.
Oh, no, you're all mistaken. I just bought the heads at J. Crew, and it was under the table deal. See, they're not particularly for sale, but if you offer them enough, and we're going to take that and put it on your existing Lamborghini.
Yes, rock stars don't get things off of the rack. We'd say, give us a little something, maybe the heads of the mannequins, huh? I think you did good, Belvedere.
Well, thank you very much for my gift.
Sounds very happy. Belvedere, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, of course.
Let's just do a thing I like to call getting to know people you already know. Would you like to play that game on the car ride over?
You know I love that game. Me and you play that game almost every night, almost as much as we play Boggle. Magic Space Boggle.
Of course. The only way to play Boggle is Magic Space Boggle. What would you say you do for a living?
Oh, what do I do for a living? I'm a consultation to the stars. And I don't mean celebrities. I mean literally stars in the sky. I will consult with them and give them advice on where and what to do next. And through that, I have garnered many celebrity followers, such as Terry Crews and mainly Terry Crews.
Uncle Terry is a great star to have under your belt, Belvedere. Now, let me ask you a question. Is that why you were hanging out with Richard Grieco 3 weeks ago?
And now you know I don't like when you follow me around, but if you must know, Grieco, I'm trying to get the boy internship with Richard Grieco.
Which boy?
Creme de Mint. How many boys do we have together? I mean, I know you got a lot of boys, but I'm talking about me and you.
I've got a lot of red lights, I'd like to call them. Yeah, okay. You think he wants to hang out with Richard Grieco? Sure.
I don't know. I just saw Richard Grieco and said that, well, that might be an opportunity because the boy right now he's talking about, oh, I want to finish high school and get a job and a wife. And that doesn't sound any kind of magical. I went into his room. There wasn't a single magical orb or crystal in the whole place.
I always say, how does this boy expect to travel the galaxy with no magical orbs? Weird.
We have no water in the house. We have no water in the house. We have something that you guys call fairy liquid.
There's no water in space, Creme. We're just trying to ready you for your life.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. It is a very fantastical household, and I do like that part of it. And I haven't been minding hanging out with Richard. He is, he's like a 50-something-year-old man who's kind of down on his luck now. He's actually a pretty good guy to hang out with.
Richard Grieco was great. Richard Grieco was a great man.
Yeah.
I just thought that maybe Belvedere was starting to develop something with him.
I won't develop anything with anybody but except Sir Mr. David Bowie, Rockstar Lover, unless you instruct me to. And if you instruct me, because Creme de Mint, your stepfather, he's a man of particular and beautiful tastes. And sometimes he'll say, I'd like to see you. What I'd like tonight is to sit in my throne, because he does have a throne. I'd like to sit in my throne and watch you make love to two former American gladiators. And so we called up Laser, and we called up what was the other one we called up?
Nitro.
Yeah. Oh, you heard this in that room? So I made
the
love.
walls are thin.
Yeah, I made love to Laser and Nitro, and they are way past their prime. While your stepfather sat in his throne with that beautiful gaze, as if he's staring off into space. I don't even know if he watched. He just wanted it to happen.
Right again. What?
Is that true? Did you want it to happen?
Of course I wanted it to happen. I wanted it all to happen. I'm not someone who wants things or doesn't want things. I'm beyond these wants. I'm beyond all of this. I mean, I'm just a man who came back from the dead to be with his stepson who doesn't seem to give a shit about him. And he tries to get to know his Belvedere wife or husband. Haven't asked yet. Hasn't really gotten an answer on that question yet.
No one knows.
You don't know.
I don't know. I cannot figure it out.
Why don't we go to the doctor?
I did. They said I never seen anything maked up like this. I don't know what kind of setup this is down here, but you need to not come back.
Let me ask you a question, Belvedere. When you were growing up in your little school with your little, when you went to go to the bathroom, did you go in the boys' room or the girls' room?
Oh, I was grown up in the orphanage, and they gave me a bucket.
Well, that doesn't help that question. Okay, let's try another one. What kind of toys did you have growing up? Did you have maybe G.I. Joe, a Barbie?
Oh, I did. I had a Barbie playhouse that I put all my G.I. Joes in.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. I have to ask you, do you want to be one or the other?
One or the other or what?
Female or male?
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
Oh, I didn't know you mean pick one.
I mean, you don't have to. I'm just asking what you want to be. How would you like to be referred to?
I'd like to be referred to as Sir Mr. David Bowie's lover, longtime life partner, and confidant.
Well, that's an easy fix. I've been doing that already. You don't seem to... Let me ask, do you want to have children? More children?
Yes.
Good. Good. Just like to know. Just trying to get to know my lover. Now, Creme, did you ever feel like you're missing something in your relationship? Like some kind of... What would you say you're parenting? Father, mother?
Easy. Very easy. Stability. Any kind of stability and normalcy. Look, Mr. David, rock star.
Just call me Daddy Dearest.
Perfect. Thank you. Daddy Dearest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it wrong. I love you guys. You're my parents. It's difficult as a fiscally conservative 16-year-old in a household with you guys. So I guess the only thing that I say was missing was just, any sense of what I would consider a normal nuclear family. And I'm not mad at you guys for it.
You want a nuclear family? Like, with all kinds of 16 eyes and many arms. I can make that happen. I know a guy.
No, that's what I mean. No. I mean, I would even settle for a happy medium at this point. I would take your half of what you think a nuclear family is and my half and combine them. So we could have that 16-eyed man as long as we had mashed potatoes and just steak for dinner instead of dragon orbs, which are...
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't want you to feel bad. I really don't. You both did an excellent job as parents with what you could do.
Can I get this straight for a second?
Go ahead.
Are you trying to say that instead of the mashed potatoes in the bathtub that we've been doing for you, the mashed potato baths, which I think is the height of luxury, you would actually prefer fewer mashed potatoes and just have them for dinner?
Yeah, that would be great if they were on a plate in a kitchen instead of filling the bathtub, because that'll bring me closer to Ursa Major by having potatoes enriching my skin.
What the hell is an Ursa Major?
You're the one who it's a galactic star cluster. You told me this early on in my childhood. It's just something that I've kept with me as the years went on.
Right. But you look at the things you do have, right? Like you have a mother, you have a Belvedere bassinet mother who is nor a man nor a woman. Not putting any of those, we don't put you in a box, And you have a rock star stepfather who wants nothing but to shower you with leathers and hairs of animals that have lived years and years ago. These are things that not everyone gets to experience.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point, and maybe I'm just as of right now, I'm a teenager who's not quite comfortable in his own skin. So later on in life, I will be able to appreciate that. But as of right now, it's just a bit much for me. That's all.
Do you think that every teenager out, and I don't mean to come down hard on you, I just feel you're being a little bit ungrateful. Do you think every teenager out there in America gets lessons directly from Keith Richards on how to safely form a cocaine habit?
I don't think they do. I don't think they do at all. But that is that he gave me that lecture when I just asked him how to throw a baseball. So that's what I mean.
Okay, fine. I'll do the things you want to do. I'll play your normal daddy.
Yeah,
okay?
why you got? Yeah.
Call me for going further from that. Call me Mr. Joe. I'll be Mr. Joe, your regular father. How about that?
Yeah, and I'll be Diana, just some housewife ordering stuff off the Home Shopping Network. How's that? Is that fun for you?
Oh, Diana.
Yeah, let's try it out.
Oh, Diana. I love how you always watch the Home Shopping Network. What's the last thing you purchased?
Oh, I purchased that matching set of plates that had the picture of Barack and Michelle Obama on them. I think they'll be collector's items someday.
So happy to have the Barack Obama plates now to eat off of. What shall I eat? Unicorn tusk? No, I guess maybe I'll just have a taco. How does that feel, Creme? Does this feel better to you?
It feels pretty good. I mean, honestly, it felt really good. And then you brought up unicorn tusks, which I think is a dead giveaway in terms of that you're not Mr. Joe and Diana. Do you guys want
to? Joe now.
Hey, Mr. Joe, how about this Friday night we take Creme de Menthe to the local movie theater instead of taking him on a zoological expedition through the galaxies?
That sounds good. Maybe we'll watch a freaky movie like The Office. Is that a movie?
Who knows? He was talking about Netflix earlier. I don't even know what that is. Maybe we'll watch a little Netflix and eat popcorn instead of Tuskified Ritalin.
Maybe I'll go back to work at the oil mining company and I'll break my back for you, Creme. Should I call you Creme now? Is that more normal? Creme?
I can't. Yeah, I can't watch this any longer.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the Johnny Mathis I'm playing.
I feel so bad that I'm doing this to you guys. You guys don't have to be Mr. Joe and Diana.
No, it's too late. Mr. Joe is taking over now.
Oh, no. I'll be who you want. I'll be Creme de Menthe Jr. I'll be the freaky lizard son that you've wanted the whole time.
No.
You don't have
I will
to
do this for you, Belvedere. Maybe we go back tonight and make love. Just you and me. Ugh, weird.
Yeah, maybe we just have one-on-one normal sex, instead of inviting three of the guys from the Harlem Globetrotters and Mark Summers, former host of Double Dare.
They're good. The Globetrotters are going to be so upset when we cancel on them tonight.
Oh, they were looking forward to it. Hoopty Dumpty was so looking forward to it.
Belvedere, maybe tonight when we make love, I'll take this weird little appendage between my legs and I'll place it in that hole in between your legs. Is that what they do? I don't know.
Who knows? We had never done that before, but I guess we'll just lay on top of each other and thrust until something happens. But God forbid we should have to get rid of all the mirrors and electrical circuits.
I guess I don't have to charge the anti-gravity machine in the bedroom tonight. Being normal is fun.
No. You don't have to do that for me. Don't get rid of the bondage ball I keep in my mouth that I'm to soak up nutrients from. Don't do that for me.
Oh, I don't know about a bondage ball. All I know about is driving a Honda Civic to work on the Van Wyck Highway, day in and day out.
It gets great gas mileage, and we care about things like gas mileage, right, Joe?
Right. Cut to 10 years later. Creme, Belvedere, and Mr. David are all sitting in a family. They haven't seen each other in 10 years. Hey, Belvedere. How you doing? I've been Mr. Joe now for 10 years. I've been Mr. Joe for 10 years now. And
I'm pretty good, Joe. You know, I'm doing okay. I still think about you a lot.
I'm sure you do. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I'm sorry things really fell apart when Creme made us, he didn't make us. We did what was right for our boy.
We did. How's he doing? I haven't seen him in over
I
10,
actually
10
invited
years.
him. I invited him. Here he comes.
Hello, you Lucy Goosey Woosey Boosies. Who's got a bit of maple syrup I could stick up my rectum for no real reason?
Horrifying.
Please don't talk that way. Don't talk that way. We're in a public restaurant.
Oh, there's no such thing as a public restaurant. On everything is public on planet Earth. The universe is larger than you can ever imagine.
And scene. All right. That was fun. Couldn't get it. I couldn't get it.
Oh, you had it, baby.
I couldn't get it.
No, you
we were
had
having
it.
fun. I thought it was good.
I was having a blast.
But couldn't find David Bowie.
No,
in
you
his
could.
space.
You were nailing Bowie. You know what I think we couldn't quite find? I think we couldn't quite find the problem. You know what I mean? Like
there were clear problems.
Yeah, right. But like what we couldn't find the task, like even though we had a task. But I loved it.
Yeah, you guys were great.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna. I wanted to tell you guys about something anyway. How are we on time, Mike?
You're at 42.
Oh, good. I wanted to tell you about this acting class I had to take. Is that okay, guys?
Yeah. By the way, you're listening to the Rad Dude Cast. For those of you that didn't know, we like a 42-minute introduction. We like a cold open that's just a David Bowie scene.
Man, I had to take this I had to take this acting coaching class. It was weird. I told you about it, Anthony, right?
You told me a little bit about it. You were in the middle. You were in the middle of it, and you were like, "I gotta go. I'm back on."
Oh man. So Brendan, I took this class. It was like a comedy coaching career class, right? So it wasn't about like how to do comedy. It was trying to coach your career. And I was like, yeah, it's free. I'll take this and see what's going on. But then it was just the entire class was like, just believe in yourself. It was all like the stuff that you kind of like, you kind of already know, like you doing comedy long enough, you kind of know. Yeah. Oh no, that's not what that was the second class. I didn't tell you that at all. The first class was the improv writing. It was how to write with improv. I'm sorry.
Seems like an oxymoron.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just a little off today.
It's fine.
I want to tell you how. I just want to pull this up so I can show you what happened. I had to take like this. It was like how to write to improvise. So they would give you something to write about, and then you had to write for 2 minutes about the thing, and then they would come back, and then you tell everyone in the class like what you wrote. But I'm not like someone who's gonna. Like everyone was like, I'm gonna just go. My mind is just gonna go. I'm gonna write it down. So I want to. Hey, why don't you guys talk for a second, so I can tell you what I've. Just talk. Is that weird? Sorry. This is a bad. I'm ruining this podcast. I'm gonna kill myself.
No,
You're
don't
fine,
say
man.
that. This is great. I took a class when I started comedy, Anthony. I took a class, and the guy was a doorman at the Improv in like '82. So like the getting booked portion of the class, was like, and this this was 9 years ago or whatever. The getting booked portion of the class was like, all right, you're going to need a folder that you mail to the clubs. It's going to contain a DVD and a headshot. And it's like, dude, even then I knew, like, no, definitely not. Like, that's definitely not still happening. Yeah, that you physically mail to the clubs. You put a stamp on it and mail it to the clubs.
Jesus.
I loved, like, what's it called? City's Team used to have you do that. Where they would want like a physical press kit from you, and what's up?
What? No, nothing. No, they made me mail them a headshot in 2016. Mail them.
Yeah, I remember. I remember doing that. And they were like adamant about it. They sent like a bunch of emails about it, and then so I finally I had to I do the headshot, the credit, whatever it is, and then I get to the club, and then the headshot is the other Anthony DeVito. Put in all that work. Yeah, I never I never took a comedy. Where did you take this in Cleveland?
I took it, and you know what? It was actually useful. And Greg, give a signal when you're ready with your story.
Oh, when you're finished, I'm ready.
It was actually useful because the guy was cool. The guy was like, other than some of the dated information he had, he was like, I can't really teach you to be funny. Like, I can tell you, I can help you sharpen your jokes. But mainly, he told a lot of practical stuff that a lot of new comics don't know. Like, the biggest thing was, like, he was like, when you get up on stage, unless you want to be a comic that talks with the microphone in the mic stand, he was like, move the mic stand out of the way. And it's like so many new comics you see go up there, take the microphone out, and the stand's just standing in front of them, and it's distracting. And so it's like little tips like that. It's like, yeah, that is teachable. You can't teach funny, but you can teach that. And so it was helpful, but it mainly was to get me up on stage. But I want Greg to get a chance to tell his story.
Oh no, that is. I do think I agree though with that. Like there are things you can learn in comedy. I took improv, and like when we took improv, they taught you like a lot of like fun things that help scenes move forward. Like that you're just like good to know, and you break them and you don't have to do them. But like there is something to teaching a lot of comedy. I think I know a lot of comedians who are also bad and they just worked hard and now they're good. Whatever. So I had to take this class. And I didn't have to. I did, but it was like, so she would read a sentence, and then everyone had to break, and then you had to write them. And so I just was like, I don't know if it's funny or not, but I was like, I'm just going to read these to you guys because I just want to tell you what I wrote. I think I freaked out a lot of people who were also there because everybody in the class was like 60 years old. They were like people who were like, I'm gonna be a improv writer. So she wrote down this sentence, and it said, "You wouldn't believe what happened to me in the park." Right. So she said that. And then you're supposed to write it as another person. So they like pick someone and write them. And I just picked Anthony. I was like, I'll write this as Anthony. And I didn't really go. So I just wrote like, I was at the park and I don't want to, I can't do this today. I don't know what, I'm so sorry you guys have to deal with me.
What are you talking about?
You're being great. What is happening? What's happening right now? Because I want to boost you up because you're being great. David Bowie was great. I'm excited to hear this. What's happening? You all right?
I'm having some major meltdowns in the inside of me about comedy. So I had a show last night or 2 nights ago that was fine. But it was like in a park with a microphone and, I'm yelling at people jokes that I don't want to tell because I'm sick of them. And the new jokes aren't good because I can't work on them.
Right.
And so that I'm just like screaming on stage. And then like the only fun I'm having in comedy is doing this podcast. But then that's like, like we're just kind of doing this. I mean, there's no problems here, but like if I'm not clicking on this podcast, my whole life sucks. So like I didn't feel like I was clicking.
Yeah.
So I was like, everything sucks now.
Let me give you two pieces of advice, I would say. And I know just saying stuff can't fix someone's mental state. I would say A, what you're describing stand-up wise, you have to remember everyone is there right now. That's where every stand-up is. They've got a bunch of shit they've written that they've never worked out, so they can't really do it well, and they're sick of their old shit, and they're performing at bunk-ass, either diminished capacity shows or outdoor shows. It's not a good time for stand-up. You're going to have very few and far between shows that feel good. And then the second thing I would say is trust your talent. Like, so for instance, you're thinking that David Bowie's scene didn't work. And that's because you have very high expectations of yourself. I think that for the listeners, it will definitely work. You know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes we might feel something because we have certain expectations of the way we work together and feel ourselves out. But that doesn't mean that the people listening are feeling that non-clicking that we're feeling. So
that's the thing, right? It wasn't that I wasn't. Look, I think that it's fine. Like, whatever happened was people will find entertaining or they won't. It doesn't really matter. But I wasn't clicking with myself. It's the same thing that happens with stand-up, right? I'll be doing stand-up and I'll do a set and I'll kill. I'm like, or I'll do really, really well. I'll walk off and I'll hate myself. And then I'll be like, I hate that. And then like Sam, who I was on the road with, was like, why did you hate that? And it was like, because I wasn't, like, they were laughing, but I wasn't I wasn't controlling it with, like, I didn't know where my set was going. I reached for a few words. I didn't get them. You know what I mean? Like, that might have been funny, the last thing we just did. But, like, as I was this character, I couldn't grab things. I was reaching for stuff, and my mind wasn't grabbing it. So that's what makes me mad, right? It's not how good it was for people. It's just like, oh, this wasn't me. I don't know. Does that make sense? Like, I don't get mad at bombing when I bomb. I get mad when even if I'm killing, if I wasn't, like, in this weird, like, zone of, like, controlling it in my own way. I'm not saying like a control freak, but it's like, I knew, like, you know, I reached for words and they were there. You know, does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense. And Anthony, chime in if you think what I'm saying makes sense. But what I would do if I were you is I would not try and change that emotion. I would try and change how you describe that emotion, because what you're describing is a person who strives to be the best. Like, you're upset. Honestly, you're upset.
Can't strive when you're already there.
You're upset because you didn't meet a standard that you've set for yourself, which is great. Like, you know, like, I think that's a great thing. And I think you should turn that idea around your head. Instead of describing that as I'm angry or I'm let down, you should describe that as like, okay, cool. I'm upset because I didn't reach the level that I know I'm capable of, which is awesome, because a lot of people don't have that feeling. A lot of people are fine with being mediocre, right? I mean, I don't know what you think, Anthony.
Yeah. I think you've pretty much nailed it, both of you guys, the feelings of this. No, to be honest with you, you know, there's no, I understand what you're saying in terms of it is a funny time, because usually you have a plethora of things in comedy to feel good about or feel bad about, you know, where it's like you can, or just in life in general, you know, you can have a bad podcast episode in your eyes.
Sure.
And then you can go out and do stand up and you can have a great set and you can feel really good about yourself.
Right.
But with the situation now, it's solely your comedic happiness, or your creative happiness for the most part, is solely derived. It's solely dependent on the podcast. So if that doesn't go well, then you're like, I suck at comedy. You know what I mean? So it's a very unique situation. I understand what you're saying.
So funny. It's like you sit here and you go, Greg, who are you? I am funny. And then you do the show and you feel like you aren't funny. It's like, so I am nothing.
Yeah. But because the podcast used to be a tangential thing towards stand-up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where stand-up was like the main motivator of your happiness. But now the podcast is the whole motivator. So if you're in it and you feel like this isn't going well, you kind of, I mean, at least for me, I'm like, I see the day ahead of me of like sulking and feeling bad and feeling like I have lesser value because of that. But in the grand scheme of things, man, like to what Brendan is saying, it's going to be most likely a really funny episode that the people listening to will never have noticed that we thought we were off or you thought you were off. But I also understand going like, hey, this is going well, but I'm not performing. Because I've bombed, you know what I mean? But I'm like, hey, man, I did a great job, but they just didn't get me. And then I've killed and been like, I'm doing a terrible job up here, and the audience is so good that they're keeping me afloat. So, I wouldn't worry about it. It's just like a similar feeling to stand-up.
Well, it's weird with a podcast because, like, what I like about a podcast is if you're bombing on a show, people aren't laughing, right? But, like, on this podcast, I could do weird shit that people might not react to. You know, like I might not get messages or be like, people like, hey, no one might say anything that was funny, but I thought it was funny, right? So I don't really care. It's like I did what I thought was good. And even if you guys didn't like it and they didn't like it, I was like, I don't give a fuck. That's what I thought was good, and that's all that matters. So what the problem is that like today it was like I'm doing this thing and I'm like, oh, it might be good, but I don't think it's good. Right? So you're like, oh, this isn't making, I'm not having fun doing this. And like, we could sit here and do a killer podcast and no one would know I didn't have any fun and no, you know, but like, then I walk away and I go, I didn't have fun doing this character, this guy, this David Bowie guy. Like I thought for me, I enjoy doing it when I could find little hooks or little like fun things to dance on, and I wasn't finding myself having fun, and so then I found myself being like, I don't want to fucking. Now usually we just do it for an hour anyway, and I can get past it, but today I couldn't get past it. I was like, I can't get past this. I'm not enjoying this character, and I was joining you guys. I was like, this is great, Anthony. You set up a perfect game. You were like, I have two crazy weird parents. I want to be normal, and then I was like, okay, we found the game. That's like a fun way to move, but then I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to get out of this. Sometimes that
happens. It's all right.
I want to get out.
You know?
I'd also suggest that, go ahead.
And sorry to interrupt you, but like, keep in mind also, and not very often do three people do an hour of improv for 7 years in a row. So like, I mean, and then there's a matter of perspective too. Like, of course we all have our own expectations of ourselves, and it's like, it's funny to hear you say you think you didn't find the hooks, because I was feeling during that whole thing that you had Bowie nailed, and he had all these like crazy quirks that Bowie would have, and I loved the voice, and I was feeling the whole time, I didn't bring the right character for him to play off of, and there's nothing here. So I was feeling like I was letting your Bowie down. It's just interesting how perspective is like, we all have different perspectives on what is happening. And this is fun too, this discussion, because it's like, here's
we're recapping. We're recapping a bomb on a podcast.
Well, it's a look you don't
People
normally
love Talking Dead.
Continue, Brendan.
What's up, Brendan? You go ahead.
It's just something we normally don't talk about on this show, like literally what our process is and how we're like, how sometimes we will text each other after the show and be like, fuck, did I fuck that up? Or like, hey, I'm sorry, dude, I fucked it. I talked over you. We don't really talk about it. So I think this is fun to give them a glimpse of like, sometimes we don't necessarily all feel like something worked. I personally feel like that worked. I feel like and I feel like you carried it. Like, I feel like you fully carried it.
So what made me mad, and you all listening to the podcast can go back and listen to the tape, there was like 3 or 4 times where I was in the middle of a sentence and I had nowhere to go. My brain went, I was like, I'm David Bowie, go to the store and buy and I was like, buy a gun? Like I didn't know, my brain didn't know where to go, and that's when I stop having fun and get mad when I can't when I grab, like, the one thing that I enjoy about I talk about myself, but like what I enjoy in comedy, a lot of times if I'm riffing or whatever, it's like I can just put my hand into the darkness, it'll pull something out, and I look at it and I go, this is what you grabbed, and that's what I'll use. But 3 times I reached into the darkness today, looked, and there was nothing in my hand. And then you go, holy shit, you grabbed nothing. What I'm usually good at is like, I can just reach my hand in the darkness and be like, what is this? Oh, this is an elephant who talks to his dad in racial slurs. Okay, that's what we're playing with. Like, it can grab random shit and then we can have fun with it. But like, man, I grabbed for nothing and then I was just getting mad at myself. That's just how this is how my brain. This is how I know how Anthony beats himself up. I know how Brendan beats himself up. This is how I beat myself up when I can't do what I want to do, even if it's good or bad. Like, if I can't get to the words, and then what happens, so sorry to keep going, where my mind goes is, you couldn't grab anything because you aren't reading, and if you read more you have more words. Well, you need to sit down and try to read, and then I try to read and then I fall asleep or I get mad and I don't remember the books. I go, it's because you're dumb. You've always been dumb. See this, Greg? You're dumb, and you're proving it now. So like, it just goes into this weird spiral of shit that I hate about myself. Yeah, I wish this was a Patreon and not the free episode for like the 3rd episode of people on the fucking listening to the fucking.
I want to say that's a lot to be happening in there while you're also playing David Bowie trying to parent a 16-year-old. I mean, that's going to make it tough to find the words in the dark, like you were saying. If the words in the dark are just like, Greg, you don't read enough. No, don't say that, David Bowie. That's a process. But look, man, the Bulls lost to the Jazz sometimes. You know what I mean? You fucking lose some games. It's okay.
You lose some games.
I also and Greg, I think obviously feel your feelings. I'm not telling you how to be, but I'm glad this is the free episode because I think, first of all, I think the beginning was really funny.
Yeah.
I'm bummed you didn't have fun, but I do think it was funny. And second of all, I think this portion, like, particularly to like young comedians listening, is helpful to be like, yeah, dude, sometimes you get mad, sometimes you feel beat down, like, and it's okay. You turn it around, like you'll have a great set or we'll have a killer podcast and you'll turn that feeling around. Like, it's, we've all been there a million times and we all come back from it. It's the people who quit, and there's nothing wrong with quitting if you don't love stand-up, but it's the people who quit who don't come back from it. As long as you're good like you are, the feeling will come back to greatness, like it's just like you ride the wave. You're feeling bummed out right now. It could also have to do with the combination of a show you didn't love and then a podcast you didn't love, that builds. But I don't know. I'm glad this one's the free one because it gives the people a little bit of a look that, like, yeah, you have fucking high expectations for yourself because you're good.
Thanks. I should say thanks. I'd also argue that if I hadn't have canceled it, we would have gotten to it. Because there's been a bunch of episodes where, like, they've been funny and fine, and then in that last 20 minutes, we all fucking find it. And I'm a little mad at myself for even being like, well, you pulled the plug before you could even find the great part in it.
Here's the thing, man. We go right back into it. I could be Creme Jr. at any moment. It's fine. We go right back into it. This was just a brief interlude. But, I think to what you're saying is actually true, where it's like, if you can fight through the muck of this, that's when you can usually find what's really funny. Sometimes it just takes longer to reveal itself. Sometimes you find everything right away, and other times it's like, it might take 40 minutes, but just to what you were saying, like, that last 20 minutes is explosive because it was kind of a 40-minute setup for this 20-minute punchline. So I would always say, like, and it's so hard in the moment to slow yourself down and be like, don't beat yourself up in the head, don't panic, it will get there. But I find more often than not that is the case. Like, totally. I remember, watching Scott Adsit, that guy, he played Pete Hornberger on 30 Rock. Yeah. And he did like a scene at UCB, and I forget the girl's name. I think they were like a very successful two-man improv team, and like, dude,
Ads and Gouts or something. Gats and outs,
yes,
Gallaby, or I can't remember.
Something like that. But like, honestly, for like an hour, it was like a dramatic, horrific wife and husband who are going through losing their son in a car accident. And it was not funny. I mean, it was like, if you were there for like improv drama, which I don't even know if that's a thing as a genre, but if you were there for that, you'd be like, they're killing it. But the last 10 minutes was so funny because they had built up these like very intricate, serious details for like 50, and they just didn't panic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were just like, we're just going to ride this out. And even if it gets funny for 30 seconds, like that's what it's going to be, which I thought was cool, you know?
I want to say that we, give a little, I say we do, I want to do an episode once where we improvise the whole time, but we're not allowed to be funny. So anytime someone says something funny, we have to go, nope, back to dramatic, and just have to pivot every time something silly comes out of our mouth. And I don't know what that'll be, but that could be hilarious. Or
I'd argue
not hilarious.
I'd argue if you went back through the archives, you might find one or two of those we already did by accident. But that's probably it time wise for today. I think definitely if you're new to the podcast and you like the podcast, subscribe. That's a big thing.
Smash that subscribe. Smash my fingers in the window, and I deserve it.
Rate the podcast. And,
lean into it, man.
And take 30 seconds or whatever, and wherever you get the Rad Dude Cast, give it a little review. That's super helpful for the algorithm. And I will actually be at Hilarities headlining August 20th through the 22nd in Cleveland. They're doing social distancing, reduced capacity. They're going to be super safe. So come out to those shows if you're in the Cleveland area. And you can follow me at Airbud. That's about it.
Real quick, go to Remember to Be Happy Studios. On that, you can buy some Rad Dudecast merch, but also now you can buy some Greg Stone shirts. Did I show you guys? You guys want a shirt?
No, this is
I got
exciting.
some Greg Stone shirts. Check this out.
Oh yeah, those are great, man.
Oh, those are awesome. That's actually
Bergstrom.
it's rare. Bergstrom designed them.
Yeah, I had Bergstrom draw me a picture, and he asked me, "What do you want?" And I said, "I love your art. Just make me something from your art, and then put my name in it." And then he was like, "Well, what do you like?" And he just drew a bunch of crazy shit that I liked. And I said, "I like your monsters, and I like raccoons and golden retrievers." And he put them all in the shirt. And I was like, I'm not even expecting to sell a lot. I just was like, I just want to make some cool shirts. And they're like shirts that people would wear, and they're soft, so you'll like them, I think.
It's so rare. Those are so great because it's so rare that a comedian actually has a shirt that's just a good shirt that looks cool. Like, like it's always just some dumb shit from a joke written on. Like I've had Lunchables shirts. I've had Pizza Tracker shirts, and they're just – I wouldn't wear them, and like that, the only two shirts I've ever seen that are like cool shirts, that shirt, which you can get at remembertobehappy.com. The 2 is a letter. And then, what's his name? Rand Barnacle in Cincinnati has a cool shirt that's a very similar idea, not from a joke, just a really cool drawing with his name. And it's like, I think that's the way to go. Make just a shirt people would wear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm coming out with a line of shirts too that have some of my famous quotes on them, like "These hot dogs ain't cheap."
Yeah.
You call that a cardboard box? Get the fuck out of here! No, I'll be selling those shirts. I've got them in all forms, and I've got them in tight little booty shorts for the girls, and those little juicy shorts. But guess what? Guess what, everybody out there in listener land? Your boy is back on the road.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
That's right. Oh, my
ready.
God. If you're thinking to yourself, what was I going to do from September 10th to September 12th? I was probably just going to untangle this old rope that I've had in my garage for years. Well, not anymore. You can come see me at Mohegan Sun in Unkinsville, Connecticut.
When? Where? When? When is that? You got an opener?
No. Yeah,
Let me come
man.
open.
All right.
I mean, you don't have to, but I would.
Oh, sure.
We could have fun.
Yeah, man. I would love that. Let's do it, man. And that's right. You heard it here first. This just in. Greg will be opening for me. And that's not all. And now you guys are saying to yourself, all right, well, that handles September 10th through September 12th, right? But I've got a lot of rope in my garage, and it's going to take longer. So I even think that it might take up until September 26th. And my God, I live in the greater Minnesota area or a neighboring state. Well, guess what? You're in luck there, too, because I will be going back to Acme Comedy Club, September 24th through the 26th, for a host of socially distanced shows. There will be masks. There will be no drinks served. There will be temperatures checked exclusively by me at the door. So,
hey, Anthony.
Come on.
I got a question. Up? You got an opener?
I don't. And this just in, Greg will be opening in Acme as well. We'll figure it out with flights. God,
oh, right. I might drive.
Hey, this just in. We're going to be driving to Acme. So if you
Can I host?
Absolutely. It's just in. Brendan will be hosting. And if you want to stand on the side, it's a long drive. And if you want to stand on the side of the road with cups of water like people do for the New York City Marathon, feel free, because we will be going down I-95, no stops. And that is September 24th through September 26th. Hopefully my shirts get here in time. These hot dogs ain't cheap, and you call that a cardboard box? Get the fuck out of my face. So, that's Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Be there.
Cool. Hey, real quick, was that the club we performed at together with that with Michelle and that the lady was the owner and she was really cool, or no?
That was Denver.
Oh, that was Comedy Works.
Yes.
Never mind. You know, I use you as an external hard drive for my brain.
Yeah, she was really cool.
She was. All right. Sorry. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
The Rad Dudecast is hosted by Anthony DeVito, Brendan Eyre, and Greg Stone. Original music by Brian Zippert. Produced by Mike Suarez. Executive producers Brendan Eyre, Greg Stone, and Anthony DeVito. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcasts.